Hey, what's up?
What it do, skis?
And we're back.
It's the boys.
The motherfucking Blend podcast. What's up, man?
I'm chilling. How are you? How's everything
I'm
going?
alright, man. I can't complain.
That's dope. That's good to hear.
I've been working again,
That's good.
which is ass, but I'm getting money again, which is not ass.
Getting money solves everything.
Money is the problem solver. Money
Straight
is
up.
the meaning of life.
Not
I've
wisdom, not knowledge. It's
Faith,
money.
None of that, not happiness, all
Nope.
that other bullshit. Because money, in fact, on the contrary, can buy you happiness.
It's true.
Have you ever seen someone sad with a bunch of money?
Exactly.
0 people.
Unless you have like a fucking mental illness.
Tell me you're driving around in a nice ass car sad. Shut the fuck up. You're happy as fuck.
Oh God.
So you know what I want to talk about today, man?
Let us know what you want to talk about.
Well, we didn't really. We've talked about music in the past and how especially you have focused on it because you're making music and all that.
Right.
But we haven't really touched on our influences and what we got brought up with and what we listened to when we were younger. And I think that'd be a very interesting podcast to do because I feel like a lot of people can relate. And also get sort of like a background on where you're coming from musical wise and like your influences and shit like that, which I think would be interesting. Because there are a lot of people, like you posted a song yesterday and it's like at what, 150 already? Which is like a lot for it just being like you're just putting out a song that you've
It's an
already
old
had
song
before.
too.
Yeah,
I recorded that 2 years ago. Maybe more. I can't really remember.
So yeah. So do you want to start with like where it started from, like as a kid or what? We can take turns doing that. If you'd
Where
like.
what started? Where my musical drive?
You will just music in general. What you started listening to, like where did the influences start? Like, because obviously, like when we were kids, we heard shit, but we didn't have the internet or anything like that to like look up shit. So it's mostly just what influenced us when we were little kids.
Yeah.
But like for me, being in Broward and stuff like that, everyone around me was listening to rap, but at the same time, my parents were all listening to metal because they're from the 80s and that was their era. So like I had a couple influences from each side. So I was listening to Southern hip hop like UGK, 3-6.
Oh shit,
and
the
shit
good
like that
stuff.
when I was young, like Lil Scrappy and shit. And
Yeah.
like I remember like the only time I would hear is when because I had a bunch of kids on my block. There was like maybe 8 or 10 of us, and like each one had an older brother, including me. So like we had older brothers and sisters and shit like that would like listen to that shit. And then it would influence us little kids when we would all play football or baseball outside. Not baseball, but football, basketball, really.
That's
but
dope.
so I would like in the streets or quote unquote streets or whatever the fuck.
Jesus Christ. Broward kids.
Hell yeah. We would listen to fucking I remember the first time I heard Laffy Taffy was on this like little like radio. It was like a piece of shit. But your dog's choking. But we would put it in like a little mailbox to make it louder while we were playing so we can hear it. And the first time I heard Laffy Taffy, I was like, dude, this is the fucking best song ever.
Laffy
I was
Taffy?
like, what, 8 or something when it
Yeah,
first
that's a
came
long
out?
time ago.
So it was fucking awesome. But yeah, I remember like a little kid listening to all that shit. And along with like different shit, like I remember fucking, especially you because you're from Texas, so you heard like Paul Wall and all that shit.
Oh, for sure,
too.
dude.
So all that like Southern hip hop's the best, bro. Like that's the hip hop that I heard when I was young. And then like at the same time, like on the parents' side listening to metal and shit like that, I like shit like Slipknot and like System of a Down, like little kids used to like and shit like that. And like Rage Against the Machine and shit. And like they would also listen to all that shit and then like stuff like Nirvana and Alice in Chains.
I never got into Nirvana or like that type of music until like recently, and I never really got back to it. I never got like super attracted to Nirvana or anything. But,
I feel that.
I moved a lot as a kid. I was back and forth from Texas and shit. So as a kid, like as a fucking infant, fucking like toddler, there was a lot of fucking Mexican music, Hispanic shit.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's super into like Narcos music, like that fucking like what, I don't even know what that genre's called, like salsa type music almost, like Colombian fucking drug lord music type shit. Like that was a thing for like Mexican dads for some reason. Like if there was a cookout, yeah, if it was a cookout or some shit, it was like that type of shit, like fucking Suavemente, fucking on full blast shit.
Suavemente.
So that was like what I was exposed to as a kid. It was a lot of Hispanic shit. And then I moved to this city called Belglade and fucking Clewiston. I was back and forth from those cities, and I was already in middle school, and that's when I got exposed to like hip hop and shit. It was like Immortal Technique.
God.
Yeah, dude.
I remember the first time I heard the Dance with the Devil song.
Goosebumps.
Nightmares. And like for me, like at the time when I was like 12 or like 13, when I don't remember when it came out, but I remember being like at least like a young teenager probably. Yeah. And I was like, dude, this is real rare. Like that type shit. Dude, the first time I got it, I was like, holy shit. Like the first and like the twist at the end and all this shit. And I was like, dude, my head was on fire, bro. It was amazing. So it's funny as fuck.
Oh shit, my cable popped a bit. We're here, we're live. The podcast, the blend.
The blend. Tell your friends.
Yeah. It was a lot of Immortal Technique, but at the same time, well, when I was in middle school, one of my cousins who lives in fucking Mexico came over to work with us, and he was living with me in my room. Kind of sucked, but he listened to a lot of Mexican fucking rap, and he put me onto it. And he introduced me to artists like Cartel de Santa, which are huge now. I mean, they've been huge for a fucking minute, but their style of rap was very hardcore, fucking Mexican gang violence, cartel activity shit. And I was like a little kid, like, you know what I mean? Like learning about this type of shit. So, I don't know, bro. The rap thing only lasted as long as I was in Belgrade and Clewiston. So it was just from it was middle school.
So just 6 to 8?
6 to 8, yeah. Okay. So that's as long as rap was involved in my youth. And there wasn't even that much, I think English-wise, it was like Immortal Technique, fucking like SPM, which is this Mexican fucking... Hello? Oh my god, my microphone. All right. It was like a Mexican rapper who talked about like struggles in South Texas type shit. But it's very like cringy rap almost. Like the stereotypical like fucking yeah, so and he has a bad rap now. He has like a fucking pedophilia charge on him or some shit. So I'm probably gonna catch some heat for mentioning that. But I was a kid, so fuck off for a minute.
Fuck all that.
And then I got to high school in Texas, and that's when I met my friend Crutch, aka fucking Star Trash, aka Crutch. Homie. I mean Daniel, and Johnny, Dos Pistolas, and they were very seen at the time, very metal, and that's when my life spiraled downward.
Yes. Okay. Can we? I feel like this is gonna be the best part of the podcast, musical wise, like the scene phase. Was so best. Incredible, bro.
The best.
At the time, I fucking hated it, and like everyone was so like moody and all that shit, and whatever, and lame about it. But like looking back at it now, I can just look back at it with nostalgia, and I can still listen to that shit and be like, dude, yes,
bro.
I 8th grade. So
I kind of met you in the midst of your seniors, and you were never as seen as me, bro.
No, I wasn't that bad. I mean, I had really long fucking hair.
Yeah, you did. I was always jealous of your hair because I had curly hair.
And it was like long, straight, berry blonde hair.
Yeah, sorry if you guys are hearing a lot of mic problems. I have a really bad cable at this point, so. Yeah. But it's working.
Yeah. The really long hair, fucking straight as shit. For some reason, I always had really straight hair, but yeah. And like, just the tightest fucking black pants, Toms, and fucking a band tee.
The Toms.
Every single day.
That was the move, bro.
All right. So let's okay. In the 7th grade is when I first was getting into it, and I was born in '96, so whatever that fucking is, I was like 14. So I don't know fucking what year it is. 2008.
That's way before
2010. I don't know what year. I can't do math right off the top of my head.
7th grade?
7th grade for me, yeah. I don't know what age are you in 7th grade? Like 13?
I don't fucking know. I can't do math.
This is why you should be in school.
I know.
Anyway, but 7th grade was the first scene band that I had ever heard, quote unquote scene band, I guess.
Which one?
Was A Day to Remember. And,
okay, that makes sense. Because I don't remember the scene phase the scene thing being that young, 7th grade.
No, yeah. For me,
maybe in South Florida though, because A Day to Remember is from South Florida.
They're from North Florida.
Oh shit,
Ocala, but yeah.
Fuck.
Is that North Florida? I guess. I heard them in 7th grade. My friend Matt showed me on the computer in fucking civics class one day. I remember this vividly because I fell in love with them, and that was like my favorite scene band ever. And it was before For Those Who Have Heart, which is like that red album with the eagle on it. Like it was like their first
shit album that everybody has tattooed on their fucking bodies.
I'm pretty sure their first album came out in 2005. Which is like, fuck. For Those Who Have Treason, they've been around forever, and it's hard to believe that, really, honestly.
I didn't know that.
20
I never got into that band.
I loved The Day I Remember. I loved Jeremy like McKinnon. Like, dude, they were like my like
idols.
I loved him, bro, at the time. Yeah.
Shit.
I wanted to like
wet.
I wanted to like do vocals and be in a band.
Yeah,
because
of course. Fuck
because
yeah.
of Homeboy. At the same time, okay, so that's 7th grade. I really didn't get into many other bands at the time besides Attack Attack and The Devil Wears Prada.
Fuck
those
yeah.
3 bands
I actually
in 7th
listed
grade.
those.
Devil Wears Prada and Attack, like is the fucking jam still.
Hell yeah, dude.
Attack Attack's first album, Someday Came Suddenly. Listen.
Oh my god.
Shut shit down. Like, it's the best album I think I've ever heard. I'm gonna use this reference again. There's Nas's Illmatic.
God.
Biggie's what is it called?
Ready to Die?
Ready to Die. I can't think of that for some reason. Biggie's Ready to Die. Attack Attack Someday Came Suddenly.
Straight up.
Like,
Straight up.
It is so fucking good. Like, I loved it so much at the time. And then that was really it for 7th grade. And then like there wasn't a lot of bands at the time doing it. And then a bunch of them got influenced. Like, after that, I was Asking Alexandria, bro. I got super into Asking Alexandria, too. And then there's shit like Suicide Silence was, like, quote, like harder.
Dude, deathcore was the shit.
Dude, I don't know if, like, when he died, bro.
Oh, man.
I remember that day still. Like, it was, like,
man.
super upsetting.
Same.
Like, I think we were hanging out that day and we were like, dude, what? Because I know you liked him, like, a lot more than I
fuck
did.
yeah. It was
you loved Mitch.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think you actually came over the day that he passed away.
It was the day after, like, he died on Halloween. It was Halloween night.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we were hanging out trick-or-treating on Halloween that day.
Dude.
That's how long ago this was.
Yeah, dude.
Was that the day that you were fucking Obama?
You were my bodyguard, my fucking Secret Service
we
agent.
looked so good.
Fuck.
Holy shit.
The
That's
good
funny.
days.
Yeah, and then along with that, it was Bring Me the Horizon and shit, and like Bring Me the Horizon at the time was like with that Pray for Plagues type shit. So like this shit was
shit.
They were deathcore, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, dude, they were heavy.
It was fucking awesome. And then I had like the whole like I really like Chiodos too.
I got into that for
I
a
really
minute.
liked Craig Owens. I really liked Johnny Craig with the Dance Gavin Dance shit and Emarosa and all that shit. I really liked that at the time too.
Did you say Emarosa? Because a lot of people say Emo Rosa or
really?
Emo Rosa.
It's not even spelled that way. It's
I know.
EMA.
But I've heard that my entire scene life.
I've heard people say Omarosa, which is
What?
the worst pronunciation I've before.
God.
The first time I heard someone say that, I was like, no, like.
Internally
and Chelsea
screaming.
Grin.
Chelsea
Dude, I'm like
Grin.
remembering all this shit. Dude, Chelsea Grin's EP, that first one with
Dude.
like
The Desolation of Eden?
no, the fucking five song
shit,
EP
the one with the actual
with the
Chelsea
face
Grin?
and like
Yeah.
the actual cut thing.
Fuck.
Which was so hard at the time.
Dude.
At least I thought it was.
Fun fact, I had sex to Desolation of Eden, the entire thing. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That sounds like the most intense sex
yeah,
ever.
It was dope, but
just
don't do
slam
it. I took that. Don't take that from me.
Dude, I would. Can you imagine trying to do that now though? Like,
Oh my
we're
God.
in our early 20s. Like, yo, you want to listen to some music while we do this? Yeah, throw someone on. Just like blast beats
No,
and
all
shit.
you hear is a fucking Requiem.
God, I wouldn't be able to like. I would laugh the whole time. Dude.
Same.
Literally, it'd be so funny. Literally, it'd be so fucking funny. And then I got like too into like death metal and stuff at the time. Like a little bit after like what, my freshman year. Like Thy Art Is Murder type shit with Carnifex and shit like that.
With their first, the first EP, right? The one with the little demon looking thing.
Yeah. All right, sorry about that. We had to fucking take care of his dog.
Yeah. Sorry, my dog's a cook.
All right, where were we? Talking about scene.
You were talking about Thy Art Is Murders.
So
like the little goblin looking
like
shit.
at the time. I don't know what to call Casey Strain, but I was like really into Casey Strain at the time too, and Despised Icon.
To me, everything was deathcore. If it had heavy breakdowns, it was deathcore.
Pig Squeals had to be a part of it, maybe. But if it didn't have any singing, I was like, okay, this is heavier than I don't even know what to call scene music.
Me neither. There's a big
I forget what people used to call all those
metalcore. There's people that called it post-hardcore.
Dude, there was this huge I remember being a kid and telling people, no, dude, it's metalcore.
Yeah.
Post-hardcore shit like Touche Amore and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
that's so funny.
And I don't know. I have no idea what metalcore is though. Like, I don't even remember that shit.
So metalcore would be considered like Parkway Drive type shit.
That's what I thought. Metalcore. And then people were telling me, no, it's post-hardcore. And I was like, dude, what? Fuck all this.
It depends. There's a lot of like elitists about like
I'm genres. So glad that shit's over.
Yeah. Well, it's not over. There's a lot of people still stuck in time, actually.
Okay, well, I'm so glad that I moved the fuck on.
There's a lot of those people who stayed in there.
It's like, that music's dope to go back to listen to and shit like that. But if it was coming out now, and I would listen to it like now as a new, like as it being new music to me, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck is this?
No, yeah, for sure. It's kind of weird seeing people like, dude, now. Like when Vine was still a thing, I saw a shit ton of Scene people. Like they were trying to bring it back.
Is that how people looked at us? Because I feel like Scene was like an actual like big thing at that
point. It kind of was. But
at least in my head it was.
Look at like Smosh and shit. Like there was like a Scene type thing. I Set My Friends on Fire collaborations.
I feel like it was kind of.
It was like
popular.
We were trying to like make it the norm almost. Like the entire like community that was backing it up and shit. Like the fans and shit were trying to make it normal. That's probably how they saw us though. Cause there was like a lot of people that like girls that would tease their hair and shit, like the crazy eyeliner. Like that's what people would. I mean, I would get called out so much at the mall when I would fucking roll around like my Scene friends in Texas, fucking colored jeans and shit, and people would be like, "Look at those fucking Scene kids," and they were wearing like fucking Megadeth shirts and shit. So I mean, yeah, that's probably how they saw us.
I remember it's not that it was cool in middle school, but it wasn't like looked, I guess, down upon in middle school. But the second I was a freshman in high school and I was wearing fucking all black, skinny as fuck jeans,
the tightest jeans you could find,
the longest fucking hair, I looked like a legitimate girl, dog. Like, I remember getting
that's how I met you
so much for it, and I was like, dude, what? This is so different. Like, and like the older kids that were like into hardcore at the time and shit like that were like
clean cut.
Fuck this kid.
Yeah, they're
it wasn't cut. It wasn't that phase yet? No, because this was. Well, I graduated 2014, 4 years before that. So, like, 2010, dog. Like, it was...
Oh, it was a long hair still.
Yeah, it wasn't like people were, like, the fucking skin fade with, like, boots.
The comb over.
How shit is now,
with the Doc Martens.
Shit. Or, you know what's funny? They're going back to, like, long hair and camo, which is fucking lame as fuck.
God, yeah, dude, that is... It's, like, honestly. Long, curly-ish hair.
Dude, it's long hair.
The
like,
locks.
Every single hardcore band, their vocalist and everyone else has, like, either long hair or just no hair.
All right, knock loose.
It's weird. Literally. But like, I don't know. I look back on my Scene phase with fond memories because at the time it was awesome, dude. Like I remember 8th grade being like one of my favorite years for school. I was getting out of middle school, dog.
I feel that.
I had met like some of my closest friends that I still have now, like Mitchell and Zach.
Oh, for sure. Really shout out.
Like,
shout out to
Mitchell
Mitch.
And Zach, love you guys. It's like you got really close then, like, and like I don't know, man. Like it was really cool. I really liked that year. I feel like that's why it's like a nostalgic thing for me. Because at that time I was like hella happy.
At the time when I was Scene as fuck, I genuinely didn't care, bro. Like, well, I was probably like 16 and I cared about nothing.
Like that's why I looked like
there was rules in my old school. Like you couldn't have long hair, you couldn't have facial hair in my school. So like, I was a kid with long hair, fucking snake bites. Like I just didn't give a fuck. Like I would wear like tight ass colored jeans. Like I don't know, bro. Nothing mattered.
You know what we need to talk about? Talking about this, that turtle fucking backpack.
The turtle backpack, bro. I don't even know where it is. I'm pretty sure Josh Crane has it. Hit me up.
The infamous Ninja Turtle backpack that literally, when you came to our school, everyone recognized you for.
That's so true.
So, did you come midway through that year, or what happened? How did you transfer that school? Because you weren't there in the beginning of the year, right?
I was there. I showed up to PBC late. Like I pulled up like November, September, or October, November.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, Tito and I met my freshman year. So I was
a junior.
Grade.
No, it was either a junior or I was supposed to be a senior. I forgot because they completely lost all my credits.
Yeah,
the second I moved.
Once you transferred over, they didn't have shit.
Yeah, they were like, "You're a freshman, right?" And I was like. Like what?
Hey, you know those 2 years you did in high school already? You had to redo them.
No, yeah, it was ass. So I completely stopped like caring. But fun fact: before I even went to PBC, I went almost like half a year without even going to school. I was freaking out because we were still in Belglade. We were living in Belglade in this trailer when I moved. When I got dragged away from Texas, when I moved to Florida, I was living in this fucking small trailer. with my family at the
Sounds
time,
awful.
we were like plotting what the fucking next move was. So we were actually in this trailer for
like 6 of you.
there's 6 of us and there was only 2 rooms in that bitch with no fucking internet and no fucking cable, bro. I lost my mind completely like during this time. So I was missing my fucking ex now, but I was missing my girl. I was missing my band. I was in a fucking band. Speaking of scene shit, I was in a band.
What was the name?
Behold the Executioner. Others known as fucking A Dying Matter. But
even more scene. The best fucking names.
I was full of fucking rage and I did not like Florida from the start.
Right? 15, 16?
When I moved, I was already like 16, 17. So I was full of fucking angst, bro. I mean, I had also just been introduced shortly to like anxiety, so I was still fucking dealing with that in a small claustrophobic ass whatever. We're getting personal, but yeah. What were you asking?
Now that we went off on that tangent, if you guys didn't know, that's when we met my freshman year.
Yeah,
it was like I guess we could just say halfway through because I don't remember exactly when, but we just had mutual friends. Honestly, like it was like.
Well,
Jonathan,
if you want me to explain legit how I got to you, I
don't remember
that.
exactly how you and I became friends. Go ahead.
I was the new kid, right? And I had social anxiety to some extent. It's not as bad. It wasn't as bad as how I am today. No. Because I could still go to school.
It was very much the roots.
It was very mild. And PBC treated me like shit from the start.
That sounds like PBC.
The backpack was kind of like my little like sidekick type shit at the time because
it was like a productive shell, like an actual shell for a turtle.
So I had a Ninja Turtles backpack. That's what we're referring to. I fucking hate it. Like I want to cry looking back. I was a nobody, you know. Like I'm not disrespecting. I'm not disrespecting who I like lurked around with, but. I basically ate with the fucking weebs. I sat with them.
No, dude, they're cool though.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like compared to like my type of circle of people, like I ended up with the weebs and like I met John LaGrasso because he was all about Pokemon and fucking anime.
They were all into that shit
I met you.
and into scene shit. Like
yeah. Like I remember my friend Dylan. I think his last name was Mayo. Like he was into that shit, and I met Jonathan LaGrasso, who ended up doing like a band with me for a while, and then after LaGrasso, I met Fucci and Kent.
Dude, yes.
And then you got involved shortly after that.
Because I knew all of them.
Yeah. So
we didn't have the same lunch.
R.I.P. to Fucci.
Dude, rest in peace, bro.
Yeah, bro. We miss you. So that's how I met you, bro. It was weird. It was a tough fucking, like, my anxiety wasn't as bad, but I was freaking out because I was the new kid once again, and I was already a senior. I was supposed to be a senior, so being the new kid, hanging out with all these fucking kids that like break dance all good and shit, and I don't like. I'm literally an outcast. They accepted me. They accepted me to like sit with them, but
they were cool.
There was like barely any discussions in my head. I'm freaking out.
Dude, you remember Aaron bringing his fucking guitar all the time?
Yeah,
playing that shit,
playing the
lunch
sad
and singing
songs,
and shit like that. Dude, that kid's awesome. I don't know where he's at in life.
We miss
right now,
all of you.
like,
I wish we could like all just like hang out all over again. That was fun.
Bro, I miss being bro. Let's just be seen again.
Hey, if you want to start a scene band, if you have a synthesizer or something, let us know. I'll grow my hair out right now.
I can do vocals though. I have kind of longish hair right now. I can just put that shit in my face. I got a lot of black in my closet I can wear.
Yeah, that's right.
Dude, I'm super about this.
Same. Hit us up.
Tim on the guitar.
Hit up at Majin Shane on Twitter if you want to start a scene band and you live in South Florida.
Yes. Okay, so like after, all right, let's get away from the scene shit.
Yeah.
After that, it's funny. Okay, so scene, I stopped really being scene my freshman year at the end of it, going into my 10th grade year. For some reason, I didn't want to shave my head. Remember this whole fucking crisis I had about growing up or whatever, not being seen anymore, me wanting to shave my head, and I would put my hair in like a hat or something like that, but I couldn't like commit to shaving my head. But I finally did when I was going into the 11th grade. I was like in the summer of 10th grade going into 11th grade. But my whole 10th grade year, I've transitioned from being seen to wearing just a bunch of striped shirts and getting really into indie music for no fucking reason.
You're trash for that.
At the time, I loved MGMT, Two Door Cinema Club,
Foster the People,
Foster the fucking People, The Shins, all that shit. I hate them. It was fucking awesome because I still like that music now, and that music's fucking awesome now.
Two Door Cinema Club is dope.
Dude, Two Door is amazing. I haven't seen it.
But have you heard of Fireflies by Owl City?
Turn off this fucking podcast. But, and it was only for that year. I got super into indie music for that year. and then didn't really listen to it after. After that, 11th grade year.
Wait. Going back to this, can you finally, like, how do I say this? Can you let the truth out? Can you spill the beans that I'm the one that showed everybody Foster the People and not Mitchell?
Mitchell, listen. You gotta stop telling. Okay, at the time, Mitchell found out about Foster the People before everyone else, and he's like, dude, listen to this fucking band. He wouldn't let it go. He told everyone that for years. For some fucking reason, like, Foster the People are even, like, the biggest band or anything like that. This man said it for, like, a good year or two, and then we would just all make fun of him and be like, I showed you, like, it's this whole fucking... It's funny as fuck. I guess. It's fucking...
It's a personal meme.
It's personal.
It's in the vault.
It's in the vault. After that, once I cut all my hair, I was, like, into hardcore. Like, I knew about it, but, like, I was still seeing. So, like, my freshman year, I was, like, getting super into Title Fight at the time, too.
Fuck yeah.
So that whole, like, section, Title Fight, all that shit. Touche Amore I was really into at the time, too. Like, coming off of being seen. So I started with all that shit and Balance and Composure at the time, too. I think they still had just their EP out, which was, like, that 5-song EP with, like, the world or whatever looking shit.
Yeah.
But, I was super into all that shit. And then it transitioned into, like, getting really into hardcore from, like, my 11th and 12th grade year. And I really, like... I remember just going to shows, like, not that often because I didn't have a car. And a lot of my friends didn't have a car, and I didn't really, like... I would try to find ways to go to shows and shit like that, but, like... I didn't get to go to too many, but I was super into all that shit at the time.
Damn, I'm going down memory lane right now, bro. We went to a lot of shows, though.
It was crazy, yeah.
It's so weird because at the time I had a shit ton of anxiety and I never would have thought that I would do that, but we went to a lot.
I kind of miss... I still enjoy the genre of hardcore. Like, if I ever go to a show, I'll, like, randomly go to shows now. Like, not very often at all. I can't say that I'm, like, going, like, even maybe 4 or 5 times a year.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. It's fair.
Because we're not really into that shit no more. But every time I go, I enjoy the music.
Yeah.
It just feels like such a fucking club that, like, and everyone has their own fucking cliques. It just seems very...
Well, at least down here it is like that.
Yeah, in South Florida, like, it's very... I don't want to say elitist or anything like that, because, I don't know, because there are a lot of people in our hardcore scene that are fucking awesome, and some of my, like, best fucking friends are in that shit, so, like, and they're the coolest people, but, like, a lot of times, like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem... Hardcore in general, just, at least here, just doesn't seem very, like... It's not
what it used to be almost.
Yeah, it used to be really cool, but at the time I liked it because I felt like, I don't know, like I was just really into the music at the time coming out of scene and shit like that. And at the time, like, I was really just listening to that type of music, so I wanted to be around those people, obviously.
Name some, like, at least 3 bands of hardcore that you listen to?
Now, or, like, I mean, at the time, I liked, I don't even think Incendiary was, like, one of the really big ones.
Expired. I remember you guys, dude. Was, like, that was your shit.
I feel like that was... Everyone likes to say they're entry-level hardcore or whatever, but it was fucking sick, dude. I don't give a fuck. I loved Expired at the time. Dude, I can't even think, because, like, I don't even really listen to that shit no more.
Well, I was into, like, old school bands, like Hoods, fucking, like, CDC shit, and...
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I agree with you with the whole... I don't know. It could be just that we have... Like, a good friend of mine told me that, like, recently he's, like, not a good friend. He's just a musician that I know through mutuals. Like, time doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. And, like, I feel like we do kind of, like, look at the scene through, like, hey, I'm at least on my side, I'm about to be 23. Like, you're, like, 22. Like, what are we doing still fucking with this? But... yeah. I feel that, though. It's a weird... Hardcore is just weird right now. You know
maybe
what I mean?
I'm just, like... Maybe I'm looking back at it right now because I'm not really in it anymore or anything like that. Maybe I'm just looking at it...
To be fair, to be completely honest, to be, like...
Or fogged windows, not mirrors, so let me look back at myself.
What?
The metaphor I used.
No, to be, like, blunt, we caught a lot of shit for the wrong reasons from the hardcore scene.
Well...
Because of affiliation.
To say from the hardcore scene is an overstatement. It was people that would go to hardcore shows that, honestly, looking back at it now, because I've talked to people, like, that are my friends in the hardcore scene, like, no one fucking liked them.
Well, it's not even about if they like them, but at the time, we got bad looks. We always felt like not even outcasted, but like, you know what I mean? We got like a bad feeling from all that. So I feel like that's why we drifted from that. But
it just put a bad taste in my mouth. No, the type of people that I knew, because it's like
we got misconstrued easily, and then people wanted to be like, oh, well, you hang out with Tito, so you're fucking a piece of shit. And then people were telling me like, you hang out with fucking Noah, and you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? So it's very weird.
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like a few bad apples put a bad taste in my mouth for something that like
definitely
could have been super cool. And like that's why I look at hardcore with this kind of like double-sided coin almost, where it's like, yeah, the music's fucking awesome, there's a lot of people in the hardcore scene that are fucking awesome, but there's a lot of people in the hardcore scene that are fucking shitty.
No, for sure.
And it's true, there are I know a lot of the shitty people that I know are from the hardcore scene that do legitimately shitty things.
No, for sure.
Like, yep. They're not like whack or anything like that. They're like rape people, or they fucking like steal from people.
Yeah,
they just do really fucked up shit. Like,
no, yeah, I get that.
And like, I don't know. I guess that happens with every
things
clique,
just piled up.
But the fact that I was in that one at a time and I saw all of it, it put a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I feel that.
But I don't know. Like, I was into like a lot of shit like Suburban Scum, Rotting Out at the time.
Hey, Rotting Out. I was Edge too at one point, and I'm disappointed in myself.
I mean, I'm still sober, but like,
no, yeah, you're basically
you
never like really broke Edge.
I don't talk about Edge. I just say that I don't drink or smoke. I'm not like that guy because I'm not in that scene no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I feel that.
I feel like Edge was like hardcore thing, and you tell people that aren't into that, like, because I'm not really in it anymore. Like, I feel like it was more of a title at the time because I was in the hardcore scene, but I'm just still sober. Like, I don't know.
No, yeah, but, Shane's very Edge
towards
still,
the end, like a lot of like Foundation
label
and shit like that. I don't know. That's what's the shit like that.
I'm gonna say it again. There's a lot of clicking and shit happening because my cable's bad, but I'll fix that for the next one. So I'm sorry in advance. Let's keep this shit going.
And at the time, I forgot to mention this. Like, we mentioned the rap when I was young, but I continued listening to rap like ever since I was a child. Like, I remember like being 5 and hearing that shit like on like TV and shit like that because my older sister was born in. She's 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
So she heard all that shit. Like, so I was listening to all that shit. So at the time, it went from all like the southern hip hop and shit that was popular at the time, like Young Bloods, Troville, and all that shit. Lil Jon, you remember all that shit when we were fucking young?
God.
Crunk music was the fucking jam. 2017, bring back crunk music. Where's Lil Jon?
he's doing shit like EDC now.
God, I don't want to talk about that shit. But I continued listening to it, like even during the scene phase. Like, remember, like it's kind of embarrassing to talk about, but I was the biggest Odd Future fan. Bro.
Oh, for sure, dude. You saw them live, man.
I went to that show.
I'm so jealous about
Joe.
that.
It was honestly, they put on an incredible show because it's just a lot of people having a bunch of fucking fun.
Yeah,
and like
I'm
at the time, like
go.
it was like the whole internet stage of rappers really blowing up on the internet, and like Soulja Boy and Lil B like really like started that shit.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
I was there for it, like. And looking back on it now, it's fucking awesome. Like, I was super into Lil B. I was super into Soulja Boy.
Didn't Left Brain or Taco was DJing that night, or Left Brain DJ, and he was playing Lil B songs, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, what a hard. And Flocka,
and he brought out fucking Lil Wayne too. Just Tyler was like, "Hey, here's Lil Wayne on stage."
What the fuck, dog? I wish I went. I fucked up.
So
and
much
it's so
fun.
funny because I did not have anxiety at all when you went. I was like in my fucking. Like, I was in recovery.
I was in 10th grade when I saw them.
Yeah, I was in recovery. I was down. You know, but the thing is that I didn't know who the fuck they were. Yeah. You were the fan, and you were barely teaching me about it.
You know, like, this was, when I saw them, it was before the OF Tape 2. So this was still when Earl was, like, away and all this shit. Yeah. This was when Tyler, the Creator, was, like... I mean, I listened to him when, like, all the Radical shit was out, like, before the Yonkers shit came out. I don't know.
But that's when you saw him when the
but after that
Edgar Allan Poe
thing
came out.
It was that year.
That's so cool. Fuck, I forget.
So yeah, at that time though, the whole internet stage of rap. So it started with Lil B and Soulja Boy. Really, if we're being honest, they really started that shit. At the time, I
do say so myself.
At the time, also really into Waka and Gucci, the whole 1017 thing. You remember driving around with Javon just listening to fucking Waka and Gucci
that was the
time,
shit.
Bro?
That was our shit. Straight up. Nobody else was doing that at the time. It was just our shit.
And 2011, A$AP Rocky released one of the best mixtapes ever, Long Live A$AP.
Yep.
Long Live A$AP. And that shit was amazing at the time. Remember the whole Young Lean thing and Sad Boys type shit at the time too?
Fuck, memory lane.
It was fucking awesome. And then Space Ghost Perp for the underground shit at the time, where he was kind of breaking like, it wasn't even like mainstream because ASAP wasn't mainstream at the time. 2011 type shit, like ASAP wasn't mainstream.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. That's what I was listening to at the same time as listening to all this fucking
ASAP was music. He was popping, but you weren't into that type of style.
No, he was okay. So in 2011 when he released it, like he got big off that mixtape, but it took like, I guess
because I remember Stan.
Yeah,
Stanley, or I forget his real name. He would always be playing YouTube videos of ASAP's videos because he's like, dude.
But that was after he blew up because all those videos the videos didn't come out right when he released that mixtape. That mixtape started getting like picking up steam and shit like that. Then he started releasing all those videos.
Yeah, because I remember Stan was always like very impressed. He's like, he's like, pick any like 5 seconds from this entire video. He's like, it could be a GIF, and that's when Tumblr was still a thing. So
yeah,
like,
dude, Tumblr
carried ASAP heavy, dude, because all of his music.
Social
videos
media.
were there.
I mean, again, the internet stage. I'm telling you, like social media is like the reason why all these artists are fucking huge now.
Yep.
And dude, even Tyler was like,
Tyler was big on Tumblr.
Like Tyler was like, SoundCloud wasn't really even. Like,
it wasn't.
Thing.
Yeah,
it was
it was a thing, but it wasn't like because I was
not
dropping
how SoundCloud
music.
rappers are now.
Exactly.
It's a whole stigma on SoundCloud rappers now. That's how big SoundCloud is now. But
it was a thing, but that was like
everything was on
at the time.
Everything was on DatPiff for rap.
Yeah,
that shit was awesome. I remember
it was
having
DatPiff and WorldStar.
Yeah, I remember having like the first iPod Nano, downloading all that shit. And I remember having before that an MP3 player and like getting a virus on my computer because I had LimeWire.
Oh shit!
And like downloading Soulja Boy music and shit like that when he used to name every fucking popular song.
Yeah, dude.
And like just put the Soulja Boy song in the background. That's how he blew up. That's fucking amazing.
Basically, he admitted that he would download that shit himself for the rates.
He hustled his fucking music. It's just awesome.
That's funny.
But so I was still listening to rap all through since I was a kid. I've loved rap since I was a child. And it's funny because I missed out on the whole 90s era rap because when you're young, you don't have access to, well, at least when we were young, we didn't have access to the internet to be able to just look up shit. So the only shit that we heard at the time were shit that was coming out.
Yeah, I feel
we were like hella into all that. So, I don't know. Looking back on it now though, like, I can look back on this shit with nostalgia and shit like that because I can listen to it now and still enjoy, which is sick.
Yeah.
And then going to now, like, I don't really listen to anything other than rap. Like 99.9% of the fucking
unless it's the boys together. We're
unless we're like
scene music.
Unless we're like being nostalgic and shit like that.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I'm looking for, the only thing that I'm actively seeking out new music for is rap. The only thing that I'm listening to 90% of the time. Well, 99% of the time I'm listening to fucking rap if it's music. A lot of times I listen to podcasts and shit if I'm doing whatever. But I don't really... it's weird that I used to be super into all that metal shit and like scene music and it's just now.
Yeah, it's weird seeing like rap. Knowing that you were like that long-haired kid.
It's funny because I liked rap.
You were teaching me. All right, so Shane's younger than me, and he's constantly like keeping me up to date with like what's hot and shit. Like Shane can spot artists from like a mile away type shit, and he knows what's gonna pop off.
What we need, I'm super into like looking for new music and like
you're very like in
up.
The culture.
I'm for the culture, though.
Dude, straight up.
Well, what I need to talk about first of all is the fucking Smiths and them being my favorite fucking band and me loving Morrissey more than any other person in the world.
I remember when I called you in Mexico freaking out because everybody was listening to that shit.
Dude, Mexicans love Morrissey. I don't know why, but they fucking do. Mexicans like are in love. I don't know how he blew up in Mexico, but yeah. In the 10th grade, I was going to the show, the Odd Future show. Actually, this is topical that we're talking about that. In the 10th grade, we were going to the Odd Future show. And on the way there, the kid that I was going with, Joe, showed me the Smiths. I had never heard of them before because I didn't have an internet really at the time. I had some, but it wasn't very like, I wasn't like
you were like in my phase right now
or going back to music.
Yeah.
The Smiths are a band from the 80s if you don't know. They're an alternative band from the 80s. So he was showing me them and I was like, dude, I fell in love with it instantly. I went home and listened to all their shit and they've been my favorite band since the 10th grade. I fucking love the Smiths so much. And I went when I was 19. Zach and I drove up to Atlanta, saw him, and I cried. It was the fucking.
I never asked you much about that.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So you can tell
Atlanta's
us now
a beautiful
how it was.
fucking city. I love Atlanta.
Oh,
a
for
lot.
sure.
We went up there mostly for that, but we stayed there 4 days, I believe. Stayed with his grandmother just outside of Atlanta, and like, oh, I forget the city, but it was just outside of Atlanta, like the suburb area, I guess. But like, the city's awesome. It's like shitty. And then awesome, like I don't know, it's just like every other city.
Every time I drive to Texas, we take our time to like.
I really liked it.
that.
We went to this place called it's like an area in Atlanta called Little Five Points, and it's super like hipster, it's super cultural, it's awesome. Yeah. And like I don't know, Atlanta's an awesome city. I really liked my time there. Like, again, it's like going for 4 days and visiting. Yeah, you're gonna have like a better lookout on it if you actually live there. Yeah. But yeah, it was fucking awesome. But yeah, going to music now, like, I don't know, man, like. My favorite rapper since Section 80 has been Kendrick Lamar. I really do think that he's the best rapper making music right now. Like,
still?
I think he's like actively like rapping. Like there's like I'm like people that are still alive might be better than him or whatever. He's not like the best, but like actively making music, he's the best in the game right now. At least in my like opinion.
Lil Yachty runs circles around Kendrick.
All right, in the fuck. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really fucking love Kendrick Lamar. I really love Travis Scott right now.
Travis Scott's cool.
I saw Travis Scott at Rolling Loud, and
I keep missing out on all the good shit. It's what it seems like.
Yeah, you need to start coming with me to this shit. It was It was one of the best performances. It was honestly second behind Morrissey, just performance wise.
Good. I would want it to be like that.
It was incredible. Like he puts on an amazing show, dude. Like it's fucking awesome. But yeah, and for some reason, like this whole SoundCloud rap thing is like, I've been too into it, bro.
It's so interesting, man. It's interesting. It's different.
I like that people.
I fucking hate everybody that starts hating on shit instantly. Yeah. Like, give it a fucking chance. The thing
is like looking back on Odd Future at the time and how many people hated on that shit and liked it now. Like it's the same shit that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I forget to think about shit like that. How I used to be into Steam music and now looking back on it, it's cool to me. You know what I mean? Like looking back on Odd Future when I liked it at the time, I got made fun of for liking Odd Future. Like, and now like people are like, dude, Odd Future's dope. Like the internet's dope, and everyone used to like talk shit about Tyler all the time.
Yeah, that's
dude.
weird.
I love that the internet's dope. Like dope now. Everyone thinks they're dope. But at the time, they're affiliated with Odd Future, so no one fucked with them.
I fucking loved them. I like the internet way more than fucking like Tyler Creator shit.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm like, you know who the best? Actually, scratch what I said about Kendrick Lamar. The best fucking rapper right now, motherfucking Famous Dex.
Oh my God.
I love Famous Dex so fucking much, dog.
I saw you and Mitchell tweeting about it, and he like told you to calm the fuck down or some shit. What was that? What was that tweet all about?
He someone tweeted. Famous Dex is like the new Young Thug because there was a picture of Famous Dex dressed all weird, and Mitchell was like, relax, and I was like, but I mean, Famous Dex is better than Thug. He was like, dude, relax.
That's funny.
I love Famous Dex. I don't care what anyone said, bro. He's the fucking best.
My history with music now, recently, it's not like, I don't know. It's hard for me to get into an artist right now. I just like listening to music. I use music basically to get me out of my own thoughts when I'm anxious and shit. Yeah. So I haven't had the time to like really find an album to listen to from the beginning to the end. I mean, the last thing I did that with was, to be fucking honest, was Damn by Kendrick, which is weird because I never liked Kendrick, and that album made me change.
I was into Kendrick when I was like with the whole Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City type shit.
I fucking hated it.
Trying to get you into it.
I hated it.
I can't get over his voice.
I hated the voice. Yeah, the vocals, bro.
I can see why people don't really like his voice or whatever, but his talent it just outmatches that, and I actually don't mind his voice.
I still haven't even tried.
You know why I like it now? Because it's his voice. You know what I mean? Like it's when you hear Kendrick on a song, you're like, that's fucking Kendrick the kid right there. Like you like that's why I like his voice so much because it's very distinctive. Like you may not like the sound of it, but like you know that's motherfucking Kendrick Lamar when he's rapping. And I feel like that gets lost today with all the quote unquote mumble rap, which I don't really want to call it that because it's kind of whack. Honestly,
fuck you if you say that.
I mean I like all that shit. I love Lil Uzi. I like Lil Uzi a lot. The best.
Lil Uzi's cool. I didn't like him at first.
Like Lil Yachty's whatever.
Like his music.
I like Lil Yachty's first EP, but since then like it's been kind of whack.
Lil Yachty though is weird. I'll be blunt. Like he has like 3 good songs, but there's some times where I literally don't understand what he's saying, and I don't understand how an artist would be like, yeah, all right, I'm releasing this. You know what I mean?
The thing that I don't like is that like people are like, oh, they're not even rapping, whatever, like that. They don't even call themselves rappers or anything like that. I just like it because it's entertaining to listen to. It's fun to listen to. It's fun to drive around to. It's fun to dance to and all that shit. For everyone that's like critiquing that shit, just doesn't like fun. I feel like it's just fun music, dog. Like how can you hate on like 18 to 19-year-olds just having fun with music
and getting money?
Like, yeah, what the fuck?
And most importantly, they're getting money, bro.
Money again to start this podcast.
Yes,
money solves every
I'm telling
problem.
you, bro. These are kids,
if you
bro.
have money, you're not
probably
sad.
older than these kids. And you're fucking working, bro. They don't have to work. They can wake up whenever.
Hate on it.
Yeah, they can wake up whenever, man. And they're driving better cars than you.
It's so like, yeah, dude, like...
You should be inspired by that.
It's like Biggie and Tupac are fucking awesome. We get it, bro. But, like, do I have to sit here and fucking... like hip-hop, hibbity fucking rap to you, bro?
Hibbity-hoo,
or can I have some fun and fucking listen to a dope guy's beat
that.
and have Future mumble over that shit?
Yeah.
Sounds fucking dope. Fuck off. Like, that shit's so dope. I don't care what anyone says. Like, I don't understand why people hate on that shit.
Yeah, you're
it's
weird.
It's like, yeah, we like that shit, bro. Like, we like shit that has lyrical content like Kendrick Lamar now, but I can't like shit that's just fun to listen to, too. Like, you can't have fun and also, like, enjoy conscious rap.
Listens
like
to
Joey Badass is fucking
Annihilator.
sick, bro, but at the same time, bro, like, I can listen to Lil Yachty or something, or I can listen to Uzi.
Listens to Infinite Annihilator, hates on Mumble.
I'm not even gonna mention X during this fucking shit.
Oh please, like, say it.
There it is. He's awesome too. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Let him know.
He's awesome because, I mean, everyone knows him for his yelling shit and all that shit and being like and screaming. That's how like 99% of the people look at X. But like, if you actually like listen to his music and give him like an actual like. If you actually look into his shit, like, you'll notice that, like, he's making so many different music, like, styles of music. It's not even just rap.
Not only that, he's very interesting. Like, I've seen vlogs where people run into him or find him.
The thing about him, though, is, like, I don't know, like...
Well, the story is very sketchy because if you...
holes, but, like, I'm not going to say that she's lying because I don't have any of the facts, but I'm not going to say that he's doing it because I don't have any of the facts either.
Yeah.
So, like...
But South Florida is saying that...
The reason why I think I like him so much is because he's from where I'm from.
Yeah, true. I mean,
the same thing with like that whole fucking clique in general. Like they're all from Broward or Miami, and that's literally where I'm from. Like South Florida is running underground rap right now. Like that's true. Undeniable. And that's crazy to me because.
But it's weird because you don't like Lil Pump.
Okay, Lil Pump's the only underground rapper that I don't understand.
He's from Broward.
He's from Miami. Him and Smoke Perp are both from Miami, so I don't know. He's whatever. I like Smoke Perp, I guess, but I don't get the whole Lil Pump thing. Maybe because he's too young for me. I don't understand. But like I like X and shit, and I like Rob Banks, and I like Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi's from West Palm.
Yo, Wi-Fi is very slept on.
I feel like I know it's weird. Like he's part of that whole group, but he's not like as big as like that whole group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's because he's not sticking to straight like trap in your face shit. Yeah, I think he does like
he's like the dude that's actually releasing albums and shit like that. None of them have released albums.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's I mean, looking at it now, yeah, like I'm like the whole SoundCloud underground shit's kind of what I'm into now, but as well as like Travis Scott. Honestly, Travis Scott and Kendrick Lamar are my two favorite rappers right now. Like,
so I'm gonna put my last 2 cents in. I think something that I fucking forget to mention so much is my secret favorite genre that I can listen to in any. Like, I can listen to this right now and have a fucking blast is this thing called narco corridos, which is hardcore fucking Mexican music about drug lords and shit.
Let's ride around and listen to it right now.
That shit is heavy, bro. You should get into it and listen to the stories because the stories are interesting as fuck. But, I'm not big into music. I listen to everything just to wrap up my side because I stay quiet throughout the most of this, but it's because I'm not that big into music. I love music because it's like medicine to me, but no specific genres, no specific anything drawn to me.
Invested into rap.
That's where I'm at. That's dope. You're like super knowledgeable about it and shit.
I'm super into the culture. I'm super into all that shit. All right, well, this has been fun. I've appreciated this talk on music because I fucking love it. I came to you with this anyway, and you were like, dude, let's fucking do it. I wanted to talk about rap and that's being seen again.
Hell yeah, dude. It was fun. Sick. Hope you guys enjoyed this one.
Peace out, guys. Love you.
There will be more. Bye.
Bye.